It kind of might look a little bit like I've weed myself. You might not be able to tell through the camera because we're going to keep it down in the corner there. But I haven't weed myself, I promise. I just gave one of my dogs a bath. And she did the thing where she has to shake everywhere after, and it got all over my trousers, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. We'll live with it. Today we are going through my platinum list. All the platinums I've been grabbing since way back in, let me get the exact date for you here. 2009, a while ago, actually around the time when trophies were even a thing. Resistance 2 here, but I want to do this a little bit differently. I know a lot of people who do these kind of videos, like they just steamroll through all the games and show you the big ones. I want to show you every single platinum I've earned. All, as you can see here, 245 of them. Of course, that means we're going to be splitting this into multiple parts because that would take way too long otherwise. Yeah, we're going to be going through all the platinums and any other little stories I had to tell about any of these games. Yeah, Katara, you breathing down the mic might not be what they want to hear. Buckle up. I don't know how long part one's going to be. I figured we'd do 50 platinums per part, and then we'll get this done in about 5 parts by the time we get to the end of it. So the first platinum I ever, Resistance 2, that's kind of right at the bottom of the list, but the first platinum I ever got was, of course, Uncharted 2, which I think a lot of people would have this as their first platinum. 28th of October 2009. Really great platinum, fantastic game. One of the best games I've ever played still to this date, and it's been a while. Like, looking at some of these games is going to be like, oh, it's really been that long since I played that game. But pretty fun list. I remember going through on crushing mode was pretty challenging. I actually did get the multiplayer trophies, which is nice because I assume, I could be wrong, but I assume that you can't do this on PS3 now, so that would be kind of tragic. But that's platinum number 1. I'm happy that that's the first platinum I ever got. Virtua Tennis 2009, I don't even remember. Some of these games I'm not even going to remember. Burnout Paradise, I actually have the remastered of this. I want to go back to it, but the PS3 version, never got around to that. Eat Lead was actually a kind of fun game, but this is one of those games I gave up on back in the day. I reckon I could do it now, but there was like some trophies that were really, and I think it was like doing it on the hardest mode. I mean, it's 7.1%, so it could have been that hard. But this is one of the few games I ever broke a controller over. I remember it was a sniper section, and he kept shooting me in the face. It was really sad. Assassin's Creed 2, actually kind of cool. I got the Assassin's Creed 2 remastered on the Ezio collection not too long ago as well, so that's a nice platinum to have. Really one of my favorite games of all time. Dead Space, well, I got 3 back-to-back bangers here with platinums. Dead Space, arguably the greatest horror game of all time, alongside Resident Evil 4, I'd say. But Dead Space, I'd say, has the edge. We did a video of this. It was the first platinum video. Big old sneeze there, really. I don't think it's even on this channel, though, because that's what I decided. You know what, we'll put these now. Mortal Kombat vs. DC, Modern Warfare 2, not Call of Duty, just Modern Warfare 2. Okay, I guess, yeah. Fantastic game. One of the best Call of Duty games you're ever going to get. That's campaign and multiplayer included. We got a few Harry Potter games here. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was very easy. I want to say 5.5%. That was in 2010, so almost a year or half a year into my platinuming journey. Look at these look at these images they went with for the trophies here. Wow. Help Ron avoid lavender. That's a close-up. Jeez. Have we got... Wow. That actually somehow is better graphics than the new Gollum game, so Escape the Cave. That's pretty great. Have we got any of Harry here, or are they just all random? And then they gave up with just the images of the characters. That's such a weird, like, logo design. You got some here, but none of, like, Harry, Ron, or Hermione, just the most random characters. Okay, sure. Yeah, anyway, that's that. Dragon Age Origins. I'm actually excited for the new Dragon Age game. I know BioWare have kind of fallen off quite a lot in recent years, but I've always loved Dragon Age. Even Inquisition, I really enjoyed, but the best one is still to this day Dragon Age Origins, I think. Better than Dragon Age 2, better than Dragon Age Inquisition. I love Dragon Age Origins. Didn't get the platinum though. Alone in the Dark, I don't remember that. Tekken 6. Sega Mega Drive. This is just like a bunch of Sega games all mixed into one. Actually pretty fun for the most part. It wasn't that challenging though, it was 4.3%. So yeah, just like a lot of Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Golden Axe 2 and 3, Kid Chameleon. There's like a load of Sonic, all the Sonic games. Well, not all, but some Sonic games in there. Streets of Rage. Yeah, they're pretty fun to go for. Battlefield, when Battlefield was still good. Didn't get the platinum on this one. I'm not sure why. Still 0.5. I bet it's like some online. Yeah. Achieve all the awards. Blah, blah, blah. I'm assuming these online servers are down now, so I'm not even going to get too upset about that. Infamous. was the next platinum. Amazing game. I actually want a new Infamous game. I really miss. Infamous 1 and 2 were fantastic. I enjoyed Second Son as well, and even First Light I think were pretty great. But 1 and 2, especially 2, were just incredible. So I'd really love another Infamous game, but I don't think we're going to get that. They're onto Ghost of Tsushima now, of course. So yeah, pretty easy platinum as well. God of War 3. God of War, one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time, of course. God of War 3 might be my favourite of the original trilogy. I don't know. It's either that or 2. I don't think anyone's favourite of the original trilogy is typically 1. So, yeah, I think 3, I don't know. It's one or the other. We spoke about this, of course, a little bit in the top 10 platinums I got twice, I want to say it was. Up. The first platinum I'd say that I'm not too proud of. Like, Harry Potter was easy, but it was fun. It was so goofy, it was enjoyable to get. Up, I would take that out of the list if I really could. I got this in like, what's that, like 5 days. It really was not that difficult. 11.2%. It's basically go through the game, get the collectibles. It's use Russell's Canteen 3 times. You know, really challenging stuff there. So, but yeah, this is not, even by the images, you could probably tell this is like one of the easiest platinums known to man. This was back in the day, if anyone in the UK remembers Love Film, I think that's what it was called. You could rent games for like a certain amount of time. You could rent like 2 games at a time. And this was, some of these games around this time was around that era. So Fear 2, I love the Fear games. Wolverine, one of the few superhero-based games that are actually really good. I'd say one of the last great ones up to, like, I think this and the Arkham games were the only like really good ones. Now obviously we've got Spider-Man and stuff, but yeah, it wasn't looking too good around this time. But Wolverine was actually really great. This was a really fun, you know, kind of inspired by God of War combat a little bit, but really fun gameplay, fun trophies as well, a bit of a challenge. That there is just the exact same image as the platinum. You're not fooling anyone. What's that about? Heavy Rain, fantastic game. A lot of these are really great games, apart from Up. The only annoyance with the Heavy Rain platinum was going through the ending. You had to go through the ending, I want to say like 27 times, see all endings. That was the big one. You know, it wasn't too hard because you didn't have to go through the whole game 27 times, but you had to do like from a certain point, it's like the last hour or something, you had to do that so many times to get all the endings. Alien vs Predator, that was actually a really fun online game, I remember at the time. Probably not so much now, but Lord of the Rings Conquest, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Bionic Commando, Bioshock 2, really great game, not as good as 1 and Infinite, but pretty great. Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4, didn't platinum that. I think a glitch stopped me getting this. There was a glitch where on the PS3 version you went down into a basement of some sorts and you actually couldn't get out, at least when I played it anyway. But I did try to get the platinum, but you know, I got True Wizard on every level, some bits here, but yeah, it was the 100% I couldn't do it because it was a glitch. So, as with all LEGO games, as we know, all LEGO games are notorious for being the most bugged mess ever. Fallout 3, I'd love to get the platinum on this at some point, actually. Fallout 3 is so good. There's no online trophies. How in God's name are these 3 trophies rarer than the platinum? Interesting. Does anyone have any... Is this like DLC maybe? Because didn't they used to ram DLC into the same pack as the actual trophy? That's probably something to do with it. Skate 2, we need a new skate game. Sonic Unleashed, Resident Evil 5, spoke about this in a previous video as well, but Bias, my favourite Resident Evil game, just because of the memories. God of War 1 is a great platinum to have. I've got, I think, the entire God of War trilogy. Red Dead Redemption I never got around to doing. Again, I got some, well, I didn't actually get any much of the DLC here. I never played Undead Nightmare, so I've got the it's not even a remaster, the port they did recently. I'm going to be going for the platinum on that at some point, but I bet this is just online. Yep, there it is, all online stuff. Absolute mess, but I'm assuming that isn't in the port version, so that'd be nice to do. God of War 2, fantastic game. If you love the new God of Wars, I do recommend going, but it's very different. But going back to the original trilogy, this wasn't even the first time I played God of War 2, because I played it originally when it came out, and I want to say 2005 maybe, when it came out on PS2, so I got around to that 10 years later to get it. It didn't have a platinum in PS2 eras, of course, so yeah, it was fun to go back to that at the time. That Medusa fight, bro, that tormented me for days when I was a kid. Quantum of Solace, this I assume you can't get now because it might not be online only. I think it did have a story. There was a lot of online trophies, like Mayday the Player with a Golden Gun, earn over 100,000 credits, all this stuff. Like, I assume you can't get this now. I could be wrong. Pretty fun game, actually. I actually really enjoyed. This is around when, obviously, well, still Call of Duty still is huge, but It was around when every game was trying to replicate what Call of Duty was doing. It was actually kind of fun, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, fun platinum tab. The Godfather 2. Everyone's favourite game based on a film, of course. This was very trying to be Grand Theft Auto. Like, you know, you got your businesses here, your little crime rings, you go 100% the entire city. It wasn't like The Godfather at all, really. But if you like The Godfather film, which I assume most people do, I can't imagine you'd enjoy this game if you're trying to get an accurate game on what that film's about. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. Well, what, are you upset because there's no platinum called Ellie the Pomeranian? Maybe there will be one day. Maybe there will be one day. Fingers crossed. Toy Story 3. I actually remember going for this platinum. Wow, I must have just binge played this for like... I bet I got it on Love Film and I had like 3 days to play it. I remember not hating this game. Not like Up. Up was actually terrible. This one wasn't too bad, to be honest. Ghostbusters, Call of Duty World at War, we spoke about in a previous video. One of the best Call of Duty games you're ever going to get. Army of Two was actually pretty tough, I think, for the platinum. 0.3. Yeah, this was hard. Oh, I had an online? Oh. Ew. Ew, do you taste that? Tastes like... Ugh, it just tastes like trash. Why would you do that to Army of Two? Need for Speed Undercover. Pff, I'd get rid of this platinum, I think. Saying that is pretty rare. I bet you can't get this platinum now as well because EA would do this where they're like, oh, you need to sign into this community tab. And then they're like, we'll get rid of that community tab after 5 days. Like, you can't go back to half the FIFA games now because they had one trophy that was like, make a community post. Look, participated in any community day. Visit needforspeed.com for more info. Oh, trash trophies like that, bro. Just farted out onto the list for no reason. Saw, I think I've Saw, well, I do have Saw 2 as well. They were actually pretty fun games. I enjoyed these. I wouldn't be too sad if they made another Saw game. I remember having to run away from all the psychopaths trying to kill you and stuff, and some of the traps were quite fun. So, not hard. Platinum 8.4. That was a year into my platinum journey, going for all my platinums. So, Skate 3. I think that's a pretty rare one actually, because yeah, I was just not very good at the game. Prison Break. Now, this is one of the platinums I gave up on because it was bugged. There was a trophy. I could be wrong. Was it to do it on hard mode or to do it in under a certain amount of time? Oh, I was wrong on both accounts. It was to do it without being seen. However, only trophy I'm missing, and I remember doing it twice. I followed a guide and everything. I did it twice, and it was known to be a glitch trophy at the time, so it just didn't ping, even though I did it twice. It was a very short game. Like, I think you could get it done in like 3-4 hours if you knew what you were doing. After 2 attempts, I was like, nope, I'm done. But maybe I'll go back to that and try again. You know, 10 years, well, over 10 years later at this point. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I would take this platinum out of my list if I could. 20%, oh my god. Look at these images, jeez. Yeah, 30 times using the spaghetti rope. Ugh. Oh god. Kill 25 gummies by heating. Kill 25 marshmallows. Just, I would get rid of this if I could. I'm not proud of that one. I don't want it, but it's there. Unfortunately. Killzone 2, fantastic game, but very hard platinum. Dirt 2, I actually kind of enjoyed the Dirt games. I actually enjoy racing games to a point. I don't play a lot. I play F1, I'll play Dirt, and Gran Turismo is great as well, but they're like the limit I kind of have with racing games. But I did get the platinum on Dirt 2, which I think had online tribes as well, so I must have got kind of good at it. Reach online fame level 30, so yeah, maybe I'm not terrible at it. I don't know. Mafia 2, fantastic game, love Mafia. Apart from Mafia 3 was kind of a letdown, but Mafia 1 and 2, especially 2, were really great fun. I have great memories of actually going around the city during this time, because yeah, it was coming up to Christmas, and this was like 2010 when you would still be very excited for Christmas. That's a lie. I still kind of enjoy getting excited for Christmas, but this was like peak Christmas era, and it had like the snowy vibes on Mafia. So I remember sitting down at my dad's to really play through this game and having a good old time. It was a great game, great story as well. Never got around to the DLC. Little Big Planet, one of my favourite games. I haven't got 100% even though I have the... Oh yeah, again. They had the DLC in the same list at the time. This is all DLC stuff that I never got around to, but assume you can't do this now because a lot of the online stuff was there. Do every level without dying was pretty tough. I remember the last level, if anyone remembers, with the big wheel that would turn. That was... At the time, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure you can breeze through it now, but at the time, that was tough. That was a tough trophy to get. Very happy when I got that, I remember. 2009 though, so I must have popped a trophy. Oh, I got that trophy in 2009 and then got... What trophy was I missing to go back for the platinum then? Oh, right, yeah. Online stuff. Okay, yes, great. The online's a little bit planning kind of made sense, actually. Naughty Bear, very underrated game. Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Wow, I actually did quite a bit of that. I remember enjoying these Naruto games. They were kind of fun. I want to go back to some of these. Enslaved, God, I remember this game. This was a really fun... Kind of reminded me of Jak and Daxter at the time. I guess it didn't sell very well because they never made more of it. But I thought it was kind of fun. I enjoyed this one. These images are awful. Terminator Salvation was trash. I would take that out the list if I could. So easy. I think you actually just had to complete the game on hard. And hard mode was... Ellie could do hard mode on this game. It was ridiculously easy. 12 tropes as well, and all of them are gold. This was at the time known as like the... You know, you have so many shovelware games now that no one puts in any effort for to get platinums, but this was known at the time as like the easy platinum. Like it was the easiest platinum you could ever go for. I got it in 2 days, basically 1 day, let's be honest. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, very good game. Wheelman, I remember enjoying this game. I'm sure it's trash, but I remember enjoying that. Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, iconic game. 0.4, I bet it's online. No, it's not. It's just earn all stars from any one song. Okay, I guess you have to be a sweat to do that. I did do this though. Complete a song with only a guitarist and bassist, both earning the same score. I wonder how I did that. That sounds like kind of hard to do. It must have been by accident. Medal of Honor Frontline. What happened to Medal of Honor? Medal of Honor was amazing. I don't know where it went wrong. Dead Space 2. I gave up on this platinum. This was... I'm going to do rarity. I know what it is. It's the trophy where you had to go through the entire game on hard mode, I want to say, but you could only save 3 times. Okay, but it doesn't say exactly that, but hardcore setting was where you could only save 3 times, and it was... Oh, it was so tough. It was so tough. I was missing a couple of others, but that was the one that I gave up on that. I think I tried a few... I think I got to the first save. I got to like chapter 5 or something, and then there was just no way. I'd love to try again at some point, though. Maybe I'll go back and mop up some of these for a video. Fight Night Round 4. Blur was actually a pretty good racing game as well. Ratchet and Clank. I've never been huge on Ratchet and Clank, but I've enjoyed them. I was always more of a Jak and Daxter guy, but Ratchet and Clank was pretty fun. Medal of Honor, I actually remember enjoying this. The online to this was actually pretty enjoyable, but this was, I want to say, the last Medal of Honor game they made. Yeah, single player, finish every level in the game on tier 1 mode. Oh, and like a speed run. Okay, there's no really hard online tropes, it seems like, but I remember really enjoying that game. I'd love another Medal of Honor game, to be honest, but... Saw 2, there's the second one. Pretty great. Wet. This game was so much fun. Why didn't I platinum this? This kind of reminded me of, like, God of War with guns. A bit of Bayonetta in there as well. I remember really enjoying this. Finished story mode on Femme Fatale. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Finished story mode on Golden Bullets difficulty. Man, I've got to go back for that one day. Talking of Bayonetta, there she is. Pretty great game. I know a lot of people are fans of these. The Saboteur, another great game. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. Love these games. I'd love another Star Wars Force Unleashed. But again, we have the new Star Wars games, so I guess it's not too bad. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. We checked this in a recent video. I'm missing an online trophy, and I'm going to be sad about it for the rest of my life. Yeah, get every single bonus. It's the only trophy. No, wait. 2 trophies. Remove. I could do that. I could go back and get every flag if I wanted, but that. Get every single bonus. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Mirror's Edge, fantastic game. Catalyst was such a letdown, but original Mirror's Edge, so much fun. Why didn't I get the platinum on this? What am I missing? Time Trials. Oof. I don't need those. They're DLC. Oh, do the chapters in a certain amount of time? I could go back and do that. If it's not attached to any online. I could do that, you know. New me, old me, probably terrible at those games, but Uncharted Drake's Fortune, there it is. So when I played this originally, it didn't have a platinum, and correct me if I'm wrong, they added a platinum into it when trophies became a thing, so I went back to this game with the new, because yeah, I played it originally in 2009, before Uncharted 2, and then, yeah, I could be wrong on that, but that sounds about right. And then went back for the platinum. FIFA 09, you're never going to get the platinums on these now because I bet it's, do a community post. You know it's going to have some... Yeah, you're never going to... It's so sad you can't go back to some of these. Wanted, Weapons of Fate was actually really good fun. Doing the bullet curve. I'd love to actually... I know I have the platinum on that, but I'd love to go back to that at some point just to play through it. Probably for like 5 minutes and then get bored. Pure, I remember that being kind of fun. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow is sadly the only Castlevania game I've played. Blasphemous, I know. I need to go and play like the original Castlevanias because I feel like that's kind of unacceptable. Operation Flashpoint, does anyone remember this game? It was like an online kind of game. I feel like it was advertised as having like really big scale maps for the time, like huge maps. I can't remember much about it. I think they made a second one as well. It was like a red, that's like the yellow logo, and I seem to remember they had a red one. Don't know why. Mass Effect 2, one of the best games of all time. I need to go back for that. But I've got the remastered version, so I want to go to those I think at some point. Prince of Persia, fun games, pretty fun platinum. Brink, does anyone remember this? This was kind of cool for the time. It's not like Fortnite, but I remember the designs being kind of unique at the time, kind of like when Fortnite came out and that was like very unique designed game. This kind of had that going for it, but I think it's just maybe too ahead of its time a little bit, I want to say. It was popular for a little bit, and then it fell off very, very quickly. Reach rank 5, I'm assuming you ranked up very, very slowly, because I got rank 2, but not rank 5. But yeah, it's an online game for the most part. Dead Space Extraction, I want to say it was a rail shooter. Why didn't I get the platinum on this? Earn 50 stars, what does that mean? Probably like do every level without being hit or some crap. Dynasty Warriors, I've never been a huge Dynasty Warriors guy. I know they're huge, but I've never been big on them. Gran Turismo 5 was a near impossible platinum. 0.1. You had to be sweat at the game for that. Dead to Rights Retribution. This is such a bad game. This, however, I wouldn't take from my list because it was like bad good. It was terrible, but it was actually kind of fun. So while it's not the most proudest platinum on my list, I wouldn't take it from the list. Black Ops, one of the best Call of Duty games ever. Just so much fun. One of the DLCs here, but yeah, is the Zombies, which was hard with this. And the doing the campaign on like hard mode or something. Wipeout, very hard platinum, I remember. Arkham, the Arkham games are fantastic, so of course you have the Arkham. I've got Arkham City as well, which I spoke about in a recent video, but that'll be later down the list. I love Asylum. I love how like secluded it was. Like City expanded everything, which was great, but I kind of loved this. I don't want to say simplicity of Arkham Asylum, but Dead Nation, great game. Crysis 2, amazing at the time. I mean, you could probably look back now and it'd be like kind of goofy, but Sims 3, very much of a grind for that platinum. God, I remember going for that. We got Sims 4 recently in a video as well, and that was not very fun. It actually made me miss Sims 3 because Sims 4 was painfully mid, which I enjoyed Sims 3. So Bioshock, one of my favourite games of all time, as we've discussed. Yeah, very fun platinum. I think a game that I have platinumed multiple times, and I would platinum again if they ever did a remake or something like that. They could bring out like the remaster, which means nothing, and I would still go for that platinum. Avatar the game, I remember going for the last trophy with my dad. Right, complete 150 multiplayer games. Even when this came out, no one no one was playing the online to this game. Again, around the time when every single game that was ever produced had to have an online mode. Avatar was no exception. And me and Dad just had private matches where we were flip-flopping. Like each match took about 5 to 10 minutes and we had to do 150 of them. And it was a grind. We just sat there for like hours, just sat like, not even zoning in. I have vivid images though of the Avatar hopping around the map with a flag, doing this, like doing some somersaults or something, and trying to get this 150 games. So why I'm grateful about though is at least it wasn't win 150, because if it was that, then we would have to do it 300 times in total, which would have just been tragic. So at least it was only complete. Infamous 2, amazing as we spoke about. SOCOM, I don't even remember playing this game. I don't even remember anything about that, but it's there. Prince of Persia, I must have gave up on this. Bloody hell, what went wrong? Hidden, oh, that might be spoilers. It might be spoilers for anyone who wants to play Prince of Persia from, when did this come out? 2010. Command & Conquer, I won't say I gave up with this game. I think I just got distracted with other games, but I remember trying very hard. I want to say the rarest one is to do it on hard mode. Win all... Wait, what? Oh no, it's just the trophy that I was missing was to complete all campaigns on hard mode. Okay. I did one of the campaigns and I got halfway through the second. It was very hard. It was very difficult, I remember. But I won't say I gave up. I just moved on to another game temporarily. And you know what that feeling's like. You're like, oh, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it. Command & Conquer's one of those. If you don't get back to it soon, you forget everything and you can't just jump into hard mode randomly. So we'll get back to it. GTA 4, it'd be like the pigeons I'm missing. I want to go back to that at some point. LA Noire, very underrated, I would say. I love LA Noire. Actually, one of my favorite Rockstar produced games. I wouldn't say my absolute favorite, but it is up there. I'd say top 5. I have the list for PS4 as well later on. Homefront, I remember this game vaguely. This was kind of fun, actually. I didn't hate this. They made a second one though that was meant to be absolutely awful. These two are the God of War, not DLC games, because they were in their own game, but they were very short. They're about 4 hours each. Kind of like God of War 1, I'd say, but just kind of enhanced a little bit. They're actually worth playing. I actually do recommend these two games. They're not awful, but they are just kind of similar as well in some way. Portal 2, incredible game. I would love a new Portal game. I never played Half-Life, so Valve, I'm very, don't know much of their games, but Portal 2 is one of the few that I have played, and I absolutely loved it. Great co-op experience as well. I like that the co-op was completely different levels. It was kind of like a whole new campaign in that way. They went above and beyond with that one, which is cool. FIFA 10, never going to get that. Darksiders, great game. I think I want to say I gave up with the platinum on this. Killed 160 enemies while on the Angelic Pit. That couldn't have been that hard. Why did I not do that? Kill 150 enemies with items from the environment. Okay, I could do that. That doesn't sound that hard. I don't know why I didn't just finish that platinum off. I was very close. This, what trophy was I going to miss from this? I bet it's either do it on hard mode or it's going to be a random online trophy. That's exactly what it's going to be. Oh, you know what? I actually remember the online to this game, and it was very fun. I actually remember having so much fun with the online on this. What's the trophy I'm missing though? Why didn't I just do that? Wait, I could still do this. Stealthily enter the manor in better late than never mission. That's not an online trophy. I could go back and do that. And I bet I could do it with ease. I got all secrets. I got all the online. Why didn't I just do that? That seems... Bro, we're going back for that platinum. You best believe. I want to do a video where I go back for like 5 PS3 platinums that I gave up on and do them. But that's going to be one of them. Dead Island. Great. I actually enjoyed Dead Island. I know a lot of people were disappointed by it, but I enjoyed it. Red Faction. Every time I come across this platinum, I forget that I have it. I just don't even remember this game. I remember vaguely third person, I want to say. He had a big fist. Blue fist. Something like that. Rugby World Cup. Start the Party. We're getting towards the end now, I think, of the first 50 platinums I earned. But Start the Party, Save the World was... Would I get rid of this? Oh, sorry. Start the Party 2, Save the World. Very important that you don't get it mistaken with the first Start the Party. Everyone's favourite game. This was easy, I remember. I want to say it was like an iToy game. Because we've got iPet here. This was like before the iToy, like the camera thing they were doing just completely fell off and died. But this was one of them. It's very easy. This, I don't even remember this. Complete the hatching process for the first time. What is this? What's the rarest trophy on this game? Bought every item. Okay, well, I don't know if I'd ever go back for that one. Maybe one day. Little Big Planet 2, nowhere near as good as the first one. Battlefield 3 was pretty great, but another hard platinum that I bet you can't get now. Drake 3 is what I just called that. Uncharted 3. We checked this on a recent video. It was an online trophy. We know it was. Computer game. Wait a minute. No, it definitely was. It definitely was. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know. Don't tell me I'm wrong. There it is. I knew it was there because I remember being very sad when I saw it in the recent video. Complete one co-op game. That's all I had to do. And I could have gone back for this platinum, but not anymore. Not anymore. Arkham City, fantastic. Very, actually kind of hard platinum. One of my rarest. Maybe one of my rarest. I don't know, 0.7. Getting all those Riddler trophies as we spoke about. Splinter Cell, bring back Splinter Cell, please. I might go back for this at some point. And then at number 50, we have Lego Harry Potter years 5 to 7. This didn't have a bug, so I was able to do this. And this is actually kind of a hint / tease for the next video that's going to be on the channel. I mean, it's actually kind of a very heavy and obvious tease. Let me see if I can give you more of a tease, just in case you need more. There you go. Do you guys see? Oh my god, what game could he be going for the platinum for next? I don't know. You guys tell me. And if you get it right, I'll be very impressed. But yeah, that is the 50th platinum I got. 10 points to Gryffindor on the 19th of January 2012. So still, we're in over 10 years ago mode. But yeah, this was around the time when I was very into going for platinums, and then I took a huge break for about 5 years, and then I got back into it in 2020. Yeah, the next 50 platinums are going to be around the time where I was still into it, and then it'll be like a big break, I think. But yeah, let me know if you have any of these platinums. Usually people cram these into like 10 minutes and show you the best platinums of like their big huge list. I want to show you every single game, at least vaguely, that I have gone through. Maybe that's worse, it's worse for views, I'm sure, but there we go. We've kind of briefly touched on the first 50 platinums I ever earned. I'll be back for platinums 51 to 100 soon. We'll do part 2 of that. Until then, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time for whatever mysterious Lego game I might be doing, which I might have spoiled in this video, but that's absolutely fine.